got a call. Tenant in this room was complaining about cold radiator and cold room. So the first step we did was go into the tenant's room. However, this is not that one. This is above. So this is on the same riser. So he noticed it's cold. First things first, so easy checks. Make sure the valve's open. Make sure no water's leaking. Take a visual inspection. Just confirm that all the piping is intact and there's no leaks or nothing obvious to look out for. After this, we shoot it with the temp gun. As you can see, we come down into the boiler room. First thing, look around, make sure there's no leaks, anything obvious again. Do a quick visual inspection of the surrounding area. After checking online, we already know that it's running, but just a quick double check. First thing, we're gonna come in, make sure the physical temp gauge is good, pressure gauge good. We're gonna take a peek at the flame, looks good. It's firing, so we know it's not a boiler issue. There's no safeties that we need to check. From here, we're looking at the circulating pump and the low water safety. That's green, that's okay. Little pressure gauge there. It's good to remember those in important buildings. Sometimes people put Sharpie marks on them. Now we're just looking at the supply and return lines. They were quite hidden, so getting a good visual isn't easy. And that's the three-way valve that supplies the risers and returns to the boiler. After that, kind of just trace the piping, see what we're looking at. That is the sensor. That's important later, but just take a quick look. And then there's an isolation valve. That's the cold side. Just checking the supply air intake. Checking the gas, make sure that's on. Everything looks good, safety-wise. Another just double check, just to confirm. Electrical box right there. Just your standard supply, heating. After tracing the lines, began to notice the problem that one line there is your boiler supply, which is nice and warm. So we know that we're supplying out the water. So we traced that right up to the three-way. It's always good to have a little mobile temp gun. It's not most accurate, but it'll work for a quick troubleshooting. So we're checking the supply, three-way, and the back to the boiler return. And from here, we look at the actuator, and it's tough to see, but in that position, it's essentially closed all the way. It was slightly opened, or the minimum value, whatever set. And we're just tracing that that line is warm. But we're looking at the other line with the sensor, that's cold. From there, we have a few other steps. Some key background information. That sensor was reading very close to the supply that we needed. So that three-way valve operates if more water, it opens. So it thought we were hot enough and it did not want to open, causing the risers to be colder than normal. From there, we did the steps listed earlier. And you can see me here, seeing that's 44 degrees Celsius, which is definitely heating up. And the riser will slowly heat up the whole building. It'll take a little bit. It's a 6-story building. And then you can just see me checking the temps at the three-way. And after a couple hours, we'll check back with the tenant, see that he's okay with the temperature gain. And this one's all done. Problem fixed.